Hello students, one more problem will solve based on module 5, that is the heat exchanger chapter, module 5 heat exchanger. Here problem like this: in a certain double pipe heat exchanger, the hot flow at rate of 5000 kg per hour and gets cooled from 95 degrees centigrade to 65 degrees centigrade. At the same time, 50,000 kg per hour of cooling water at 30 degrees centigrade enters into the heat exchanger. The flow conditions are such that overall heat transfer coefficient remains constant at 2270 watt per meter square Kelvin. Determine the heat transfer area required and effectiveness. The assuming two streams are in parallel, assume for the both the streams Cp value is 4.2 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. So this kind of problem they may ask in examination, because here the two parameters they ask to find it. One is area required, second one is effectiveness. The two of the parameters you have to find out in the same problem. So here we will solve the problem step by step. So first we have to before solving the problem, we have to write the what are the given data given in the problem. We should write it. Okay, so then it is easy for us to solve the problem. Okay, what are the things they have given? The mass of the hot fluid is given, that is 50,000 kg per hour is given, kg per hour, but we require in kg per second. So we need to convert 50,000 of kg of fluid, we have to convert into mass kg per second. That is 1 hour is equal to 3600 seconds. So it becomes 13.89 kg per second. And the temperature of the hot fluid at the inlet is 95 degrees centigrade, and the temperature of the hot fluid exit is 65 degree centigrade. So mass of the cold fluid, mass of the cold fluid is given again 50,000 per 3600, that is 13.89, and temperature of the cold fluid inlet is 30 degrees centigrade, and temperature of the cold fluid is given, and overall heat transfer coefficient is constant they told, so 2270 watt per meter square Kelvin. Now the CPH of the both streams are given, CPC as well as CPH is given, that is 4 kilojoules per kg, and also we can write this value is 4200 joules per kg also, right? Okay, now what we have to do to find out the energy balance. Already you know that energy balance based on heat lost by the hot water, heat lost by hot water equals to heat gained by cold water. Okay, this by taking this equation energy balance, we have to find out the unknown values, that is mH CPH, that is TH1 minus TH2 is equal to MC CPC and TC2 minus TC1. Okay, so 13.89 4200 95 minus 65 is equal to 13.89 4200 TC2 minus and 30, that value 30. Okay, now or else we can write from this equation unknown value is that is TC2. So this value unknown, so we can write this value TC2. You calculate all these things and you find out TC2, that is you will get temperature of the cold fluid at the exit, you will get 60 degree centigrade when it is parallel. Okay, now This problem also we can analyze by taking this LMTD equation, the logarithmic mean difference value. So we will write the logarithmic mean temperature difference that is for the parallel flow. Theta m is equal to theta 1 minus theta 2 divided by ln of theta 1 divided by theta 2. So you know that because we already derived this equation for different cases for parallel flow and counter flow. This is for the parallel flow. Now this problem also we can analyze by plotting or draw the sketch how the parallel flow is taking place in heat exchanger. See, students, you should remember while taking this diagram very careful. Always on the y-axis it becomes temperature, on the x-axis the length or area it will be there. So on the x-axis length or area, on the y-axis you can write temperature. Okay. Now if it is parallel flow, how it would be? Usually that the sketch or the nature of the flow, it is like this. Like this for the parallel flow. Okay. So here what is that? It is flow like this. Parallel flow means both the directions are in the same parallel. It is flowing both hot and cold fluid. So here the theta 1 will be like this much, and here the theta 2. Okay, so theta 1 and theta 2, once if you know that, so you can write what is the temperature at the hot fluid at the inlet, that is 95 degrees centigrade, and the temperature of the cold fluid inlet is given, that is 30 degrees centigrade. So obviously the heat will be received by the cold fluid from the hot fluid, that is TH2 is given 65 degrees centigrade, and TC2 we don't know what is that. That's why already we found that this TC2 value is 60 degrees centigrade, we got it. So after finding this we can write it, no problem. So this value is 60 degrees centigrade. This is already found from the problem. Okay, the question is what would be the LMTD value for this. So we know that equation and substitute LMTD for the parallel flow. Theta m is equals to, that is TH1 minus TC1 minus TH2 minus TC2 divided by ln of TH1 minus TC1 and TH2 minus TC2. Okay, remember this formula, or even if it is there in the data handbook also, you know that. So substitute the value, 95 minus 30 and 65 minus 60. Okay, and ln of 95 minus 30 divided by 65 minus 60. Take this all the calculation part, and this value becomes 60 divided by 0.583. Numerator and denominator simplify, you will get 23.4 degrees centigrade. So, and also we know that equation, that is general equation for finding with Q is equal to UH theta m. Okay, for parallel flow, okay, this becomes what happened, this equation we can substitute 13.89, okay, and 4200 joules per kg, because this value we can write MCP. I can write here MCP delta T is the formula for Q finding, that I have written here mass flow rate and specific heat and temperature difference 95 minus 65 is equal to overall heat transfer coefficient is given, that is constant, and A we don't know, so unknown is area. So this area we should find out. Okay, so you equate this equation to get area value. Area, what is that area? That is 32.95. We'll get it. 30 after simplifying this equation, we'll get 32.95. Okay, and also to calculate effectiveness, we have an equation, that is effectiveness of heat exchanger, that is Q actual, we can write mH CPH into TH1 minus TH2. Okay, and Q maximum, that is MC CPC and TH1 minus TC1. So let us find out this effectiveness of heat exchanger. Effectiveness of heat exchanger. So is equal to Q actual divided by Q max. So Q actual this is and Q max this is. Okay, value substitute 95 minus 65 divided by 95 minus 30, you will get 0.461. So effectiveness 0.461, because here these two terms are get cancelled. If you take this ratio of this and both are cancelled, only the term temperature is remaining, then you will get the value 0.461. Okay guys, I hope you understand this problem. So please solve some similar kind of problems. Okay, thank you.